You are listening to the Slow Living Podcast, and I'm your host, Stephanie O'Day. What if I told you that you could truly have the life of your dreams, the life you've always wanted, one filled with abundance, joy, and a sense of purpose? It's absolutely possible, and I see it each and every day with my coaching clients. It all starts with learning how to slow down. You deserve to live the life you've always dreamt about. Let's get started. Hi there, Slow Down Society. Steph here, and thank you for tuning in. We're on episode number 52, which means that this podcast is 1 year old. So thank you. Thank you for being here. So we are going to talk today about the power of consistency. And I've had this scheduled for a while, and it's been percolating in my brain. And I think doing it on the 52nd episode, the mark of 1 year of the Slow Living Podcast, makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about being consistent and following through, and what a great, big, huge deal it is when it comes to boosting your self-esteem and feeling proud of yourself and helping to meet and achieve and surpass all of your goals and all of your dreams. And it really boils down to this. Just do it. Just do the thing you said you were going to do in a consistent way, in a consistent manner, even when you don't feel like it. You just do it anyway. And for most of us, that is much easier said than done, because remember, you're not a spreadsheet. You have ups and downs and all arounds, and sometimes you literally do not feel like doing the thing it is that you said you would do and the thing that you promised yourself you would do. So how do you get around that? How do you stay consistent when you don't want to? So it really, exactly, truly starts with slowing down and figuring out the great, big, huge picture, the overall vision you have for yourself and you have for your life. So take an honest assessment. Where are you right now, right this very minute? And use the peace pyramid as an example. And my goodness, go into the peace course. That's Simple Shortcuts to Peace. You can join right now at any time. We're going to just decide that this is your day one. This is where you are. And then envision, where is it you want to be in a year? Where is it you want to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now? Where are you in all of these different components? So the way the pyramid is it's balanced at the bottom with your foundation. And that includes time management, health, and finances. And then you move up a level to organization and relationships. And then you have this super solid pyramid. And then you put the teeny top on, peace. So you can get all of the information, go through the course. It's stephanieodea.com/peace. And Stephanie O'Day is StephanieOdea.com/peace, PEACE. The course is designed in 6 components. So it is up to you how long these 6 components take. I've had clients that I've worked with that do 1 module a month. And so it takes 6 months to get through the course. I have some people that blow through the whole thing in a week. And then they're like, okay, I've got all of the components. Now let's take action steps and make it happen. So you do what feels right for you. But along with joining the course, at any time, you can hop on the phone with me and we can have coaching calls. And there are 2 1-hour coaching calls that are included in this package. But if you want more, then that's okay. And we can add on to it and we can work together to see, because you are not alone in any thought and any feeling and any questioning and any what if or what about that you might have, that you think like this part or that part doesn't necessarily, I want to use the word translate, but that's not the actual word. It doesn't make sense for your own life situation. Then talk to me. Let's work it out together. Let me be your accountability buddy. Let me help you sort of have another set of eyeballs on your brain and figure out why it is you think you can't do this, that, or the other. There's some sort of block there. And together we can shift that. We can move that block out of the way and let you have sort of smooth sailing. So consistency. I got to tell you, and I'm not telling you this to sound braggy in any way. If you know me in real life, you know that I really am a real person and I am not constantly walking around with clouds and unicorns and I don't know, puffy rainbows all around me all of the time. I get annoyed. I get frustrated. I get pissed off. My kids are great, but sometimes they're annoying. My husband is fantastic, but sometimes he kind of annoys me also. So that is real life. But I can honestly tell you that I love my life and I feel confident and I feel in control and I see the trajectory and I can absolutely envision where I'm going to be in 5 years and 10 years and 15 years. And I feel confident that it's going to be amazing. And the day-to-day life that I have right now feels fantastic. I love getting out of bed in the morning. I love doing all of the things that I'm doing. I like my hair. I like my clothes. I like our house. I like the stuff in our house. I like the food that I'm eating. I know what we're going to have for dinner most nights. It feels fantastic and great. And if you are not there, if you don't feel confident in your skin, if you don't feel healthy, if you don't feel well rested, if you don't feel like you've got a good control over your finances and you don't know where you're going when it comes to those things, then that is sort of a wake-up call. Because you do have to know that you're taking the right steps in a consistent manner. So let's take a deep breath and let's think about this. And maybe we're going to use your health as an example today. So where you are right now with your health, how are you feeling about that? How are you sleeping well? Are you drinking enough water? Are you taking enough steps each day? Do you have regular dental and medical appointments? Are you taking the proper tests? Are you getting mammograms? Are you having your blood drawn and you know your cholesterol level? How is your BMI? How is your muscle tone? How is your skin elasticity? How is your weight? How is your muscle mass? Are you consistently growing in a way that you want to? Or are you consistently shrinking in a way that you want to? So when it comes to being consistent, the best thing to do is to break down from where you want to go backwards to where you are now. And then just do the teeny tiny baby steps. So, and then that's it. That's your new normal and just keep plugging along. So for me, and I'm going to use health as an example, my normal, what I do no matter what on a consistent basis is drink a whole bunch of water and move at least 10,000 steps. And that's it. So even on the days that I'm feeling sluggish, or the days that I don't want to do these things, I do those two givens each and every day, no matter what. So to me, that's my baseline. And your baseline may look different. If you don't drink any water, that might be your new goal, is to shift from drinking whatever it is you're drinking to water. And deciding I'm going to do that, and then do that first and master that one thing before you start tacking on the other things. We talked about this in the New Year's resolutions episode and the how to maintain habits and sort of habit stacking episode. And doing one thing and then mastering it before adding in another thing is sort of the secret sauce when it comes to making lifelong, long-term lasting change. Because I think a lot of us have this idea maybe for a New Year's resolution or an overhaul of your life, and you end up doing too many things all at the same time and then giving up all at the same time. So I have, and they're on Amazon, but a 30 days to a new you journal. And I love that journal. And I use that journal for myself. And sometimes my 30 days takes 40 days or something like that. But when you are coming up with a new idea for yourself, a new habit that you want to do, a new something that you want to track and pay attention to, I suggest doing it in 30-day chunks and being consistent in those 30-day chunks. And paying attention to the thoughts and the feelings and the doubts and the insecurities that bubble up and keep you from doing the thing it is that you want to do. So, for instance, for me, I'm going to use this particular podcast as an example. I have done this now for 52 weeks in a row. I can't tell you what week 12 looked like or what week 30 looked like. I don't remember what it was. I do know, though, that I haven't skipped and I haven't wavered. And if the holidays were coming up or we were traveling, I would batch record and do a few at a time in order to always meet my goal. Because I knew that Steph in the future, Steph in a year from now, would be proud of being consistent. And so I did it. Even if I didn't want to. I'm talking to you right now. I'm wearing pajamas. I really should go upstairs and take a shower, but this is on my calendar. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to just do it. And it doesn't need to be perfect. We had a whole episode on overcoming perfectionism, and I shared with you some, like, it's not maybe the most kosher mantra, but it's half-assed is better than nothing. So do the thing. And if you want to be the kind of person that takes 10,000 steps a day and you are not that person, then step in to who that person is and just decide, today is my day one. And I now walk 10,000 steps a day. That is just who I am. And if you look at your Fitbit or your phone, even your phone has a tracker now in it, and you're at 7,500 steps and it's 9:00 at night and you really don't want to do it, think about how proud you will be of yourself the next day and a week from now and 2 weeks from now and a year from now if you put your shoes back on and put the leash on that dog and go for a walk around the block at 9:00 at night with a flashlight, even if you don't want to. It's doing the thing that you said you would do. And a lot of people, when they start a workout program, and again, we're sticking with health just right now because it's the easiest thing that I want to talk about. They pick a friend to go to the gym with or an accountability buddy, and they don't want to let that person down. So that is the motivation, and that is what is keeping them doing the thing. And you are alone with your own thoughts and your own feelings, and you know your body, and the best accountability partner that you can ever have is yourself, and honoring yourself and honoring your commitment to do the thing you said you were going to do. And that is where self-esteem comes from and self-confidence. And so then later, after you've done whatever it is that you want to do, and you start feeling unmotivated, or you start feeling like this is stupid and you don't want to do it anymore, you now have had enough life experience that you can sort of shift that thought and be like, I know I've felt this way before, but I also know how great I will feel and how proud of myself I will feel if I just do it. And so that's what comes from long-term consistency. And sometimes you do have to white knuckle it and just do the thing. And that might be going to work every day, even if you don't want to go to work every day. And sometimes you just suck it up and just go do it. And again, sometimes that means drinking the water, even when you don't want to, or taking the steps, even if you don't want to, or me plugging in the microphone and talking to you, even if I don't want to. But I know that the more I do these things, the bigger body of work I will have. And for me, that's important. And for you, if you are trying to get to a certain point where you feel comfortable in your skin and you have boundless energy and you wake up with a spring in your step like Tigger and you are ready to take on the day, sometimes you do have to white knuckle it and just do the thing. Just like Nike, just do it. There's another huge thing that happens when you are consistent for a long time and you start to build up momentum. And it is called the compound effect. And so obviously compounding with compound interest, and when you're saving money, all of a sudden you realize, I am now making money on my money, and that is super exciting. And my hard work and effort is compounding without me even having to do anything. And that is fantastic. And so I sort of look at it as a snowball rolling down a huge mountain. Is while it is rolling, the snowball is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And any tiny twig in its way or any little rock in its way, it's just going to plow it down. It's just going to flatten it. It's going to have so much momentum that any tiny little obstacle, it doesn't even matter anymore because there's so much momentum. And that's what happens when you do things in a consistent way. You no longer let a little excuse like, I don't really want to go strap on my shoes right now because it's raining and I don't feel like it. You do it anyway. And that thought and that sort of hesitation gets sort of mowed down because you know this about yourself, that you will feel better and you will be more proud of yourself if you continue doing it. So the compound effect happened, and I can use myself and as an example with the Crockpot site and continuously just doing the thing that I said I would do. After a while, momentum took over and the compound effect took over. And I couldn't give up. I literally had people who were paying attention to whether or not I was going to post. And if I was a little late in posting a recipe, I would get emails like, hey, Steph, what's going on? Sometimes I just had computer trouble. Sometimes I was running a little late. But no matter what, I did what I said I was going to do. And the compound effect of that was book deals and television appearances and people tuning in from all over the world and this email list that I love and I cherish, which then now has morphed into slow living and being able to talk to you and just doing these things. For me, that was the end goal, was knowing I would have this body of work that I could lean on. And the idea that I was helping people from all over the world was much shinier and much more of a bigger goal that I was aiming towards than perhaps sleeping in and not wanting to do that thing. So that's what fed me and gave me energy and gave me momentum and gave me just the interest in continuing on. So that's what your takeaway is today, is doing the thing and being proud of yourself and taking that tiny little baby step forward each and every day in a consistent manner, no matter what, because you in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years will be so proud of yourself. And I want you to have that pride in your body. Okay, as always, I think you are absolutely wonderful. Consider yourself loved and hugged. Happy birthday to the Slow Living Podcast. Thank you for being here. As always, write to me. Tell me you're here. You can tag me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can join the Slow Down Society Facebook group page. If you would like the daily coaching worksheets that we're going through in the Facebook group, and then also my one-on-one coaching clients use, email me. I will send it to you. It's called the Daily Work, and it's a daily worksheet that I would like for you to fill out, even when you are not feeling it, because taking the time to journal and thoughtfully plan out your day is something that in the long term will pay off when you do it in a consistent manner. Okay, peace out. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Do you have a slow living story to share? Leave me a voicemail at stephanieodea.com/podcast with any questions, comments, feedback, or testimonials, and I will be sure to include it in an upcoming episode. Also, if you found value in this episode, please share it with your family and friends and subscribe through your favorite podcast provider. The more you share, comment, and leave positive reviews, the more people we can reach and share the slow living lifestyle and messaging. Thank you, Slow Down Society, and have an absolutely wonderful day.